The commit command saves all the transaction to the database since the last commit or rollback command. These join types commands work with more than one table or more than one relation. There are two types of privileges. One is system privileges and second one is object privileges. What are numeric functions? These are functions that accept numeric input and numeric values. Dear students, welcome to Computer Science classes. I am Ravi Kumar KR, lecturer in Computer Science, Vidhyaashram PU College, Temple of Excellence, Mysuru. Students, let us start our discussion with the topics SQL join types, creating views, commit, grant and revoke. So let us discuss these commands of SQL in this session. Now let us start with join types. Actually, these join types commands work with more than one table or more than one relation. So first one is full join. So what is full join? So here it returns rows when there is a match in one of the table. So if I talk about full join, if there are more than one table, a full join, it returns a separate table with matches. It's going to find the common records in both the tables or in all the tables and display it as a single table. That is full join. And second one is self join. So this is used to join a table to itself as if the table were two tables and temporarily renaming at least one other table in SQL statement. So this is self join. It used to join a table to itself. Next, Cartesian join. Next one is Cartesian join. It returns the Cartesian product of these sets of records from the two or more joined tables. So actually what is Cartesian product or Cartesian join? And if there are more than one table, if there are two tables, so it's going to take one record and it's going to match with all the records of second table. Similarly, this continues for all the records of one table with all the records of another table. That is the Cartesian product. So it results as a separate table with the result. That is Cartesian join. Next one is creating views in a SQL. So what are database views? The database views are created using create view statement. So this is create view statement, and views can be created from a single table or multiple table or another view. So this is, again, look at the syntax of that. The syntax is create view. This is name of the view as select column 1, column 2 from table name where the condition. So this is view. It's nothing but it's going to create a view or a display and save it as or select it as a view. And here create view. This is the syntax. This is name of the view. So the result of this expression is going to save it as a view name. So here, and what is the result of this? The select column 1, column 2 from table name where condition. Now look at the example. So create view, employees view. This is name of the view, employee view as select name, age from employees. So what is the meaning of this? You know how select command is going to work. In this example, is going to fetch all the attributes of the records name and age from the table employees. And the result of this is going to save it in a file or in a view, employees view. Next one is select star from employees view. Now we want to display that. We are using select command. Star is a wildcard. Is going to display all the records of a table or all the records of a view in this example from employees view. So it's going to display all the records of the employees view. So this is creating a views in SQL. Now next command is commit command. So next one is commit command. The commit command is the transactional command used to save changes invoked by a transaction to the database. So here the commit command saves all the transaction to the database since the last commit or rollback command. So the syntax says commit semicolon. So what is the meaning of commit command? Say is going to save all the transaction, and whatever the transaction we will do with respect to database, with respect to the tables or records, all these are not saved until we use commit command. So once the commit command we used it, is going to save all the changes or all the transaction what had been done so far till we use this commit command. So this is commit command is used to save the transaction in a database or in a table. Next one is grant command. Next one is grant command. So grant is a command used to provide, is going to provide access or privileges on the database objects to the user. Here, if I say database object is nothing but tables. So it's going to provide access or privileges. Privileges are nothing but access permission. So with the help of grant command, it is possible for us to give a permission to the different types of users or different levels of users for a particular database objects. That is nothing but tables. That is grant command. Syntax: grant privilege name on the object name to the user and with grant option. This is the syntax. Look at the example. Grant select on employee to user 1. So what is the meaning of this? We are giving grant select 1. We are going to give a select privileges on the table employee to the user 1. So this is the meaning of the giving privileges to the user 1 here. Now this command grant select permission to the employees table to the user 1. Next one is revoke command. So the revoke command is used to remove the user access rights or privileges to the database objects what it has been given. So it is nothing but is going to take out all the privileges given to the user on different database objects like tables. So look at syntax. This is a syntax and example. Revoke select on employees from user 1. So now if you look at the previous slide, and here with the help of grant command, we have given select privileges to the user 1. So now with the help of revoke command, we are going to take out that select permission of the table employee to the user 1. So this is revoke command. Next slide is privileges and roles. So what are privileges? The privileges defines the access rights provided to the user on a database objects. So this is what you have seen in our previous slide with the help of grant and revoke command. So here there are two types of privileges. One is system privileges and second one is object privileges. So what is system privileges? It allows user to create, alter and drop database objects. So here with the help of system privileges, here it is possible for the user to create a table or database, and we can alter, means we can modify the database, as well as we can drop the database, nothing but we can delete the database. These are the commands for comes under system privileges. And what are the object privileges? Database objects are nothing but tables. What are the table level privileges? Here this allow the user to execute, select, insert, update or delete data from the database object to which the privileges apply. So here object privileges is nothing but we can make use of these are the commands in object privileges. Next concept is SQL built-in functions or inbuilt functions. And here see there are two types of function. One is single row function. What is single row functions? And here single row or scalar function returns a value for every row that is processed in a query. It is going to work for a particular row or nothing but a particular record. So that is single row functions. Group functions, and here there are four types of single row functions. There are four types of single row functions. They are numeric functions. And what are numeric functions? These are functions that accept numeric input and numeric values. numeric input as well as numeric values. Normally, what we have seen as arithmetic operators or arithmetic functions in C++. So here, one is ABS X, it absolute value of X. X is the value we have to input. So it returns the absolute value of the number X. And seal, CAS seal, it integer value that is greater than or equals to the number X. So this is seal. And floor, integer value that is less than or equals to the new number X. And truncates the value of number X up to Y decimal places. We are going to take out number of decimal places. And round X is rounded off values of the number X up to the number Y decimal places. So we are going to round off the decimal values. See, these are all different numeric functions or single row functions. Next we see the character or text functions. These are all comes under single row functions. So these are the functions that accepts a character. Character functions which accepts the character as the input and can return both character and number values. Or say in character function, it accepts the character as an input and returns either character or the integer or a numbers as an output. Now let us see different functions. So one is lower string value. Here lower is the function string value. So here all the letters in the string value means this is an input string value is converted into lowercase. So lower in the sense, say it is a character function, so or a text function, it converts the values of the string value into lowercase string. Now similarly for upper, so it is upper string value. It is all the letters of this particular string will be converted into uppercase characters. So that is uppercase. Next one is L trim and R trim. So here what is L trim? L stands for left. So all occurrences of trim text is removed from the left of the string value, and R trim is stands for right. All occurrences of trim text is removed from the right of the string value. These are different character functions of SQL. Next we see some other functions here. These functions group the rows of data based on the values returned by the query. The group functions are used to calculate aggregate values like total or average, which returning just one total or one average value after processing the group of rows. This is nothing but a group function where it is going to work with multiple records or group of records. That is the group functions. Now let us move on to next slide. Next one is date function. So what are date functions? These are functions that take values that are of data type. Here data type is of date, and date as input and returns the values of the data type date, except for the months between functions which returns a number. So what is a date function? It's going to take date as an input, and the date is a data type of SQL and returns the values of the data type date. Again, it takes the input as a data type and returns date as the output. So this is date functions. Next, let us see the different date functions. Add months date n. This is one of the date function, and here it returns a date value after adding n months to the date x. So suppose this is the date n here. So value of x here date. So it's going to add n number of months to the date and display as the result. That is add months. Similarly, months between x1 and x2. So it's going to return the number of months between these two dates. That is months between. Next one is round x of date format. So another function. So it returns the date x, the input date, rounded off to the nearest century, year or month. So this is another round function. Similarly, trunc as well as next day function. All these are different date function of SQL. Now, next slide is conversion function. This is another type of function, conversion function. Here, these are functions that help us to convert a value in one form to another form. Conversion from one format to another format. So here, first one is 2 character x of y. So this is one conversion function. So here converts numeric and date value. This is the numeric as well as date value to a character string value. So we are converting the numeric as well as date data type into string value. And similarly to date, x comma date format. It converts a valid numeric and character values to a date value. Here we are converting from numeric and character into date value or date format. Next one is NVL. Here x is null. Replace with y and x and must be of the same data type. Next, decode. See, these are all different conversion functions of SQL. Students, let us continue our discussion in my next session. Thank you so much.